According to the National Electrical Code, the minimum separation distance between conductors of different voltage classes is determined by Table 300.19. Table 300.19 outlines the minimum separation distance between conductors of different voltage classes. For voltage circuits ranging from 0 to 600 volts, including Class 1 and 2 circuits, the adjacent surface separation requirement is 1/2 inch, and the separated by distance requirement is 1 inch. When dealing with 600 volts or higher for Class 1 circuits, the adjacent surfaces must be separated by 1 inch, and the separated by distance should be 2 inches. For Class 2 and 3 circuits, the separation requirement is 3 inches when separating power to low energy circuits, and 1 inch for low energy to low energy circuits. NEC 725.152d specifically addresses situations where a Class 2 cable is in contact with a higher voltage conductor. Class 2 cable should not be in contact with conductors and equipment operating at higher than 120 volts between conductors unless approved for the purpose. This means that it is not permitted for a Class 2 cable to be in direct contact with 120 volt power conductors. The minimum separation distance must be maintained, either by ensuring 2 inches of clearance between the cable and the conductors, or by using an approved method of separation such as a barrier. If a Class 2 cable is in tight contact with 120 volt power conductors, this is a violation of NEC 725.152d. To comply with the NEC, there are 2 options. Firstly, provide a minimum of 2 inches of clearance between the cable and the conductors. Secondly, use an approved method of separation. Ensuring proper separation or using approved separation methods is crucial for electrical safety and code compliance. It's also important to consider the specific requirements outlined in the NEC for conductor separation based on voltage and circuit type. Table 300.19 provides detailed guidelines for maintaining safe distances between conductors of different voltage classes. Understanding and adhering to these requirements is essential for preventing electrical hazards and ensuring the safe operation of electrical systems. In situations where Class 2 cables are present, it's vital to pay close attention to NEC 725.152d, which prohibits direct contact between Class 2 cables and conductors operating at higher than 120 volts. Failure to comply with this requirement can result in electrical hazards and code violations. Therefore, it's crucial to either maintain a minimum separation distance of 2 inches between the cable and conductors or implement an approved method of separation such as a barrier. By following these guidelines and prioritizing electrical safety, you can ensure the proper installation and operation of electrical systems in accordance with the NEC. Additionally, regular inspections and maintenance can help identify and address any potential issues related to conductor separation and cable proximity. Staying informed about the latest updates and revisions to the NEC is also essential for maintaining compliance and ensuring the safety of electrical installations. In summary, when dealing with Class 2 cables and 120 volt power conductors, it's imperative to adhere to the separation requirements outlined in the NEC. Whether it's maintaining a minimum distance of 2 inches or using an approved method of separation, prioritizing electrical safety is paramount. By understanding and implementing these guidelines, you can help prevent electrical hazards and ensure the safe and reliable operation of electrical systems. Moreover, consulting with qualified electrical professionals and staying updated on the latest industry standards can further enhance your knowledge and expertise in this area. Remember, electrical safety is a shared responsibility, and by working together to promote safe practices, we can create a safer environment for everyone. Also, remember that the information provided is based on the National Electrical Code and is intended for general guidance only. Always consult with a qualified electrical professional for specific advice and guidance related to your particular situation. Electrical codes and regulations may vary depending on your location, so it's essential to ensure compliance with all applicable requirements. Furthermore, electrical work can be dangerous and should only be performed by qualified individuals who have the necessary training and experience. Always prioritize safety when working with electricity, and take appropriate precautions to prevent electrical shock and other hazards. This includes wearing appropriate personal protective equipment, such as gloves and eye protection, and ensuring that all electrical circuits are de-energized before starting any work. In addition to following the NEC and other applicable codes and regulations, it's also important to follow best practices for electrical safety. This includes properly grounding electrical systems, using appropriate wiring methods, and ensuring that all electrical equipment is properly maintained and inspected. By taking these precautions, you can help minimize the risk of electrical hazards and ensure the safe and reliable operation of electrical systems. Finally, remember that electrical safety is an ongoing process that requires continuous learning and improvement. Stay informed about the latest advancements in electrical technology and safety practices, and always be willing to adapt your approach to ensure the highest levels of safety. By prioritizing electrical safety and working together to promote safe practices, we can create a safer environment for everyone. In closing, when dealing with Class 2 cables and 120-volt power conductors, remember to adhere to the separation requirements outlined in the NEC, maintain a minimum distance of 2 inches or use an approved method of separation, consult with qualified electrical professionals, stay updated on the latest industry standards, and always prioritize electrical safety. By following these guidelines, you can help prevent electrical hazards and ensure the safe and reliable operation of electrical systems. And remember, electrical safety is a shared responsibility, and by working together to promote safe practices, we can create a safer environment for everyone. Now, let's delve deeper into the specifics of NEC 725.152D and its implications for Class 2 cable installations. As previously mentioned, this section of the NEC prohibits direct contact between Class 2 cables and conductors operating at higher than 120 volts, unless specifically approved for the purpose. This requirement is in place to prevent electrical hazards and ensure the safety of both personnel and equipment. When Class 2 cables come into contact with higher voltage conductors, there is a risk of insulation breakdown and electrical arcing, which can lead to fires, electrical shock, and equipment damage. Therefore, it's crucial to maintain a minimum separation distance of 2 inches between the cable and conductors or implement an approved method of separation such as a barrier. Approved methods of separation may include the use of non-conductive barriers such as plastic or fiberglass to physically isolate the Class 2 cables from the higher voltage conductors. These barriers should be securely installed and properly sized to provide adequate protection against electrical hazards. In addition to physical barriers, other approved methods of separation may include the use of grounded metal enclosures or raceways to provide a conductive path for fault currents, helping to minimize the risk of electrical shock. When selecting an appropriate method of separation, it's important to consider the specific requirements of the installation, as well as any applicable codes and regulations. Consult with a qualified electrical professional to ensure that the chosen method is suitable for the intended application and meets all relevant safety standards. Furthermore, it's important to note that the NEC may allow for exceptions to the separation requirements in certain circumstances. For example, if the Class 2 cables are specifically designed and approved for direct contact with higher voltage conductors, the separation requirements may be waived. However, it's crucial to carefully review the manufacturer's specifications and ensure that the cables are properly rated and installed in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. In addition to NEC 725.152D, other sections of the NEC may also be relevant to Class 2 cable installations. For example, NEC 725.136 provides requirements for the installation of Class 2 and Class 3 cables in raceways, cable trays, and other enclosures. These requirements are designed to ensure that the cables are properly supported and protected from physical damage, as well as to prevent the spread of fire and smoke. When installing Class 2 cables, it's important to follow all applicable NEC requirements, as well as any additional requirements imposed by local codes and regulations. Failure to comply with these requirements can result in electrical hazards and code violations, which can have serious consequences. Therefore, it's essential to work with qualified electrical professionals who have the knowledge and experience to ensure that the installation is safe, compliant, and reliable. Moreover, it's important to conduct regular inspections and maintenance of Class 2 cable installations to identify and address any potential issues before they become major problems. This may include checking for signs of damage, such as cuts, abrasions, or corrosion, as well as verifying that the cables are properly supported and secured. By proactively addressing any potential issues, you can help ensure the continued safety and reliability of the electrical system. In conclusion, when dealing with Class 2 cables and higher voltage conductors, it's crucial to adhere to the separation requirements outlined in the NEC, including NEC 725.152D. This may involve maintaining a minimum separation distance of 2 inches, using an approved method of separation, or following other applicable codes and regulations. By prioritizing electrical safety and working with qualified electrical professionals, you can help prevent electrical hazards and ensure the safe and reliable operation of electrical systems.